Hi, my name is Sherry Cook. This is my final presentation for MDS 400 in the spring of 2017. I started out in college straight out of high school in 1995. Spent 3.5 years there and became disillusioned with the way that my path was going, so I dropped out of college. I intended to just be gone for a year or two. That turned into much more because instead I got married, had a family. I was able to find a great job with a career that I loved, and so I just kept living like that and didn't really give much more thought to going back to school until about 3 years ago. I applied for a management position. Our department had split into two departments, and I applied for the management position. I was denied that promotion because I didn't have a bachelor's degree. I really felt unwanted. I felt like I'd been replaced by the person they hired that was younger than me and did have a bachelor's degree but did not have any experience in our program. I didn't know whether I should stay or try to find a job elsewhere. I didn't know if I could fix the situation as it was, or if I should just forget about it and keep doing what I was doing. And I really didn't feel like I was worthy at that time. It really kind of killed my confidence. But I was able to go back to school. I was looking for some courses through BSU Center for Professional Development, and was very fortunate to talk to a lady who knew about the Multidisciplinary Studies program at Boise State, and she referred me to their office. I called and spoke with Rebecca, and she was so incredibly helpful and so excited about the program. She made it really easy to make that decision. I've not known many people who were so well invested in their job that they could relay such concise information, and she just made me feel like it was the right fit for everybody. I chose to pursue a bachelor's in multidisciplinary studies because my previous experience was in political science. I had nearly enough credits for a minor, and I also chose to enroll in the certificate for leadership and human relations and the certificate in dispute resolution. Multidisciplinary studies has been an incredible experience. I learned in my MDS 300 class to set very SMART goals. SMART goals are specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound. And I was also able to conduct a couple of interviews with BSU staff, and that really helped solidify my IDP, my individual development plan, individual degree plan, It helped me move forward and really set a clear path to obtaining my bachelor's. And I hadn't had that for a long time. My MDS advisor, Alexis, was one of the most supportive and helpful people that I've worked with ever. She was so well versed in BSU and really other courses that could be helpful for me. She helped me design the courses that were not only relevant, but things that I was interested in, things that I liked. She helped me really rein in my enthusiasm when needed, and really helped to support me when I was terribly stressed. My capstone course this semester has been focused on working with a service organization called CATCH. That stands for Community Assistance to Charitable Assistance to the Community's Homeless. They work specifically with families who are experiencing homelessness and help to rapidly rehouse them. That means getting families off of the streets or out of emergency shelters and into a home of their own very quickly. CATCH wanted to add a housing specialist position, and so asked me to look at the role of a housing specialist in rapid rehousing programs. The CATCH staff uses the most innovative ways to engage families. Housing First principles are designed to make sure that families are housed quickly and both progressive engagement and trauma-informed care, look more closely at the family and their needs and bringing them into the program slowly, taking care first of their basic needs of food, clothing, and shelter, and then focusing on other barriers that may have caused their homelessness, like job loss or education that they need to obtain, or gaining Social Security for persons who have disabilities. So Catch as an agency works really hard to make sure that their families are well taken care of. I chose to do a research paper on this topic, but in conversations with Catch's executive director found that what they really wanted was a workable job description for a housing specialist that they could employ. So I ended up putting together a project as well. It was specific to housing specialists in rapid rehousing projects and their roles and responsibilities. We worked on a job description that was a 4-phase implementation. Each of those phases roughly correlates to 10 hours a week. And so really developing and bringing a housing specialist into their staff fold and providing a lot of the things that my thesis, which was largely that housing specialists can increase stability for families and help them maintain housing for longer. My conclusion for my research paper found that that role is helpful, and Catch really wants to add that staff position. So in the course of putting together that phased implementation, one of the things Catch asked me to specifically focus on was who would be really perfect for this role. What I found, based on looking at a lot of job descriptions and programs that are in existence around the country, is that this person needs to be good at relationship management. They need to be a self-starter and work independently. Conflict management skills are absolutely crucial because the issues will arise between landlords and families, and housing specialists needs to be able to work through those in a focused and empathetic way. This also needs to be someone who can analyze data and ensure that data is really good and really solid. My experience working with Catch was phenomenal. They have such a great team of people, and the way I saw them interact both with each other and with clients leads me to believe that they have really good relational leadership skills. They're also an incredibly dynamic team. They're committed and dedicated to engaging their clients in meaningful ways. And I sat through staff meetings that showed me they weren't afraid to have tough conversations and that they work through issues really solidly. My minor is in political science, and a lot of my political science studies have been focused in research, policy studies, and really looking at how government works. So we've explored in courses that I've taken aspects of the executive, legislative, and judicial branches, as well as a legislative behavior course that I took really examined the workings of Congress and its current function. Some of my research included other homelessness studies because that's what I'm truly interested in. And my favorite research paper was looking at how homelessness functions and how the homeless are treated in democratic versus communist countries. I studied China, Russia, Australia, and America, and really looked at the supports that are in place for people who are homeless. And what I found is democratic nations actually take better care of their people. I was also able to take a lot of leadership courses for my Leadership and Human Relations certificate. They were full of exploring leadership studies and theories, incorporated a lot of teamwork. These are very innovative courses and projects. I was able to be a TA for Leadership 327, which is relational leadership. And one of my favorite aspects of leadership in general is neuroscience. So I was able to teach a class on the neuroanatomy of leadership. And this is the beginning slide of my Prezi, but I thought that it was one of the most fun things that I did, and I will continue to research neuroscience. My dispute resolution courses for my certificate have also been incredible. I have learned negotiation and facilitation skills. This semester I've been taking a culture and conflict course, and it's been amazing to see the differences in culture that people bring to any sort of conflict, and really how looking at others differently and not through the lens that you bring can really change the nature of the conversation. Overall, I have to say, MDS, college, my experience, all of this has been incredibly amazing for me. I feel much more confident and capable. I am free of the unworthiness that I felt, and I feel like I can do anything. Whether I stay in my current position or whether I look for a job elsewhere, I'm going into it with a much more stable foundation than I had 2 years ago. Every little bit of this has helped me to reach this goal. I really love this quote from Desmond Tutu. Do your little bit of good wherever you are. It's those little bits of good put together that overwhelm the world. I'm not sure what's next for me. I hope that my career will continue on the path that I've set. I will be this fall pursuing a master's in public administration and a graduate certificate in conflict management. We'll see if it leads to a new job or if it keeps me right where I am. I really appreciate you taking the time to listen to my story. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next chapter. Thank you.